All right, folks, what is going on? This is episode 404 of the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller, and today we're going to talk about a particular tight end for the Atlanta Falcons. I want to get your thoughts and opinions. While I give my thoughts and opinions, we're going to revisit Mr. Feleipe Franks' transition to tight end. Now, all the way back in episode 363, I talked about this transition for Feleipe Franks, and I know a lot of people said that it was going to be somewhat of a last resort for I can't even say that right. Last resort for Feleipe Franks, and saying he was going to probably get cut. But after watching a few of these clips of him in practice or in training camp, I'm starting to warm up to this a little bit. I mean, I think it was going to be pretty cool as far as, you know, him and his size being on the field, being a decoy. But from the way things looking, this looks like he can actually be an asset. So enough of me rambling. Let's go ahead and start the show off. If this is your first time here, welcome to the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here we talk about Georgia Southern Atlanta Falcons football. I can be found on Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Also, on the visual side, I'm on YouTube and Rumble. Thank you guys for the support. I mean, I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are amazing. Now, let's go just jump right into this, because like I said, the last episode I did on this topic, I was a little more optimistic. I thought that this could be something that could be a reality, because I think Feleipe runs a 4.5, and I think he's at 6'6" or 6'5" or something like that. He's a pretty big target. Hands or no hands, with Kyle Pitts being out there, I thought this was going to be something that could be really, beneficial for Kyle Pitts, because he could be a decoy. But there's been a lot of plays ran through Feleipe Franks throughout training camp, and he looks like he's doing pretty good. I mean, you can go on the timeline of Mr. Kevin Knight, or whatever the case may be, or just type in Feleipe Franks when it comes to the search engine on Twitter, and there's a lot of clips of Feleipe Franks actually running routes, catching balls, and looking pretty crisp. Now, I know a lot of people gonna say, yeah, this is training camp, like it doesn't matter, but there are things that ran through Feleipe Franks for a reason. Like I said, or any player for that matter. I mean, they're going to put things together for certain players throughout training camp just to see what they can do, what they can and can't do. And Feleipe Franks, for all intents and purposes, look like he's been impressing, a lot of people, even the media. I mean, we just talked about another episode where we were talking about some positive things from the media, and this is one of them. Desmond Ridder, Marcus Mariota throwing the ball to Feleipe Franks, and he's actually looking good. He actually running routes. He's looking pretty decent, all the way up to where some of the linebackers are losing, coverage, because he's actually moving the ball, and he's moving up and down the field and catching the ball. So what does this mean? Is this a situation where Feleipe Franks will actually make the team? Is this a situation make the team as a tight end? Is he already a lock on the team, just going to be a tight end and emergency quarterback? I mean, what are we doing here? What does this really mean? Does this mean that not Desmond Ridder, but does this mean that Feleipe Franks and, a guy who already proved himself, Kyle Pitts, are they going to be a duo as far as the tight ends go? Now, when you look at the situation with Arthur Smith, he likes to run two tight end sets. And I've been saying this, I said this on other people's shows when I was on their show. If you got another guy that's 6'5" that's out there catching the ball, it's either going to be a bunch of jump balls or pass interferences. I mean, I've not met one secondary right now who can handle 4 or 5 guys that are over 6'4" that are going to be running up and down the field. I've yet to see it. If anybody can point me in that direction, I will go there and I will commend you. But I haven't yet to see it. But does this really mean it's going to make results? Not necessarily. I'm not going to sit here and jump on the hype train for Feleipe Franks. I'm more starting to warm up to the fact that this could be a really good, good thing, and this could be a real situation. But I'm not going to sit here and automatically say these two guys are going to be, the 1-2 tight end, punch that the Falcons need. It's a possibility. And looking at what I see on the Twitter, in the clips from a lot of people, I'm actually, warming up to this. Like I said, I'm warming up to it. I think this is going to be something that the Falcons can use when it comes to actual weaponry on the offensive side of the ball. I'm just impressed. But it always goes back to Arthur Smith. Like, does Arthur Smith know what he's doing? Is this a move that Arthur Smith wanted to look into? Because you still got Anthony Fersker and I think I can't remember the other person that's tight end for the Falcons. But when you have guys that are there that pretty much established the position, who played it a long time, it doesn't bode well for Feleipe Franks, even if he's looking good in training camp. You have to understand he's a tight end. His brother played tight end, but he's a quarterback. And how does that play out at the end of the day? I'm like, I don't know, but he's actually looking pretty good. So right now, Arthur Smith is looking like a genius right now when it comes to moving Feleipe Franks over there. You go back to my last episode in 363. I don't remember exactly what I said. I know I was probably more positive laced than anything because I like to be more upbeat when it comes to the Falcons or Georgia Southern. I'm the type of person that really like look at the glass half full. So I was a little more, a little more optimistic, a little more positive side. But I know there's a lot of people that watched that show were more like, yeah, this is the last resort. He's probably gonna get cut. Excuse me. He's probably gonna get cut. He's just doing whatever he can to make the team. Well, if this is something that he's doing to make the team, I commend him because, and to an extent, he's looking pretty good. You also have to understand you're gonna have guys like Alden Tate. You got Cordell Patterson, Kyle Pitts. You're gonna have a lot of tall guys running down the field to catch the football. This could be a nightmare for a lot of teams. A lot of teams hope and pray they can get one lockdown corner. I mean, the Falcons got one with AJ Terrell, but that one, excuse me, it's been a long day. But that one lockdown corner just can't cover everybody. It's just not going to happen. So, with that being said, like, is this really a good move for the Falcons? Is this going to be a really good move for them? Can Feleipe Franks continue to step up to the plate to actually, make a difference and make the roster as a tight end? I'm starting to warm up to that a little bit more. I'm starting to think that this could be a reality. And I for the most part, I think I'm here for it. I just don't know. It's like when you look at the league is a passing league. We also have to understand that as well. And as a passing league, you want guys that are big physical targets that can move. And it looks like this is what they're trying to do. Like I said, all the other guys I named, the Alden Tates, Cordell Patterson, you got Kyle Pitts, now you got Feleipe Franks is possibly going to be in the mix. I mean, Alden Tate, I think I just mentioned him, but you got so many guys. Even Zacchaeus, he's not one of the big guys that are big physical guys. He's more of a slot guy. But this bodes well for the team. We didn't have any receivers last year, and during this entire time, I haven't even mentioned Drake London yet. So it just goes to show you when you look at all these players, like, it's insane what we could possibly be like. Another guy, Jared Benkart, I think that's his name. Jared, I saw him. Let me see if I can pull this up right now. Cause I talked about it on my Twitter feed. Yeah, there it is. Jared Bernhardt. This is another guy that could probably play slot. I mean, he's extremely fast, short, small, shifty receiver. I mean, we're probably looking in a situation where I don't know. I just don't know. The more I think about it, we're looking at we possibly have a very explosive offense. Now, I know it's going to add up to what the offensive line can do to protect and what the quarterback that we have going to do, can they throw the ball around. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, this may be something. Compared to what we had last year with Russell Gage being our number one guy, to what we have today is a huge improvement. Absolutely huge improvement. You know, I mean, I don't see what we're looking at now. I mean, Calvin Ridley's still on the contract for one more year, and there's already talks that, you know, people like Cordell Patterson really wants him to return. It's just going to get more and more and more explosive. And I mean, that's just if Calvin really wants to come back and play. And if he does, I mean, do you want to play on a high level that he did that one year when he caught over 1,000 yards? It's like, we got so many weapons, and we haven't even touched the surface with the running game and what the offensive line improved. Does this mean that the defense is bad? I don't know. But the way Dean Pease is talking, it seems like the defense is actually working really hard to actually be a stout defense. And if they're trying to work hard to get it and be that way, it's only two things that I'm trying to say that could be an issue. One, the defense is really, really bad because they're giving it all and getting burnt by all these other players. Or two, the offense is just extremely good. I mean, take your pick. I mean, it's just something to think about. I don't have much else to say on this topic. I just want your guys' thoughts and opinions on them. You know, Feleipe Franks revisited. You know, what does that mean? You know, his transition to tight end, we revisited, and it looks like it may be some meat on this bone. You know, it may be something here. It may be some battery. It may be some working batteries in the flashlight. You know what I'm saying? So we might have something here. Don't ask how I came up with that analogy. Don't worry about that. That's crazy. If you like this commentary, hit the like button, share this commentary, share this podcast, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm on Anchor, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Not much to really say on this episode. It's a little bit shorter than I usually do. I try to do between 15 and 20 minutes, but hey, few minutes early, it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoy your Wednesday. It is hump day. We're going to get closer to the weekend, and that's just one more weekend that we're closer to having football. Man, I can't thank you guys enough, man. Give me a 5-star rating on the Apple Star Chart. Let people know what I'm doing over here. Also, give me some feedback if you want to, have anything that you want to be different, some things that I may done right or wrong, or whatever the case may be. Let a brother know. All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy your Wednesday. Be blessed. Be safe. And I will see you guys on Thursday with more content. You guys take it easy, and you guys be blessed. Peace.